let's talk about the supporters club.
Okay,
so you guys from the Exco, right? Maybe quickly get into it. NUFC.SG. What is your individual most memorable moments as Exco, as fans, and also the most challenging moments as Exco as well? Yeah.
Okay, so basically we are Newcastle United Supporters Club Singapore, or NUFC.SG, lovingly known as and always known as NUFC.SG. We've been around since 2001. Actually, the roots started way back, early 1990s. And there were a couple of locals who were already supporting Newcastle at the time. And then there were a couple of expats who were who were Geordies, what people in Newcastle are known as, right? And they came together. And then it was the IRC chat group that everybody had. Yeah, way back, we had an IRC chat and stuff like that, right? So it was formed from there, and then we created a forum after that. We had a forum, and we moved on. That's how our early, how we started off early. And then we started having football teams, started participating in leagues, stuff like that. We've been around since 2001. We hold match day gatherings for our support, for our members. We have football teams, football leagues that we participate in.
You all also play, right?
Yeah. Also play. And we try and have activities for our members and stuff like that. We can give back to the community. We actually did a cleanup day thing rather recently. We try and do food donation drives, things like that. Some of this are in the future. It's in the works as well. We're trying to work out the fine details on it and then move forward. I think running any organization will always be a challenge, right? There are similarities, regardless of what the organization is or where they are in, right? Whether it's a football supporters club, for a local football team or abroad, whether it's for F1 or for tennis or a boy band,
any sports or any
it doesn't matter. A supporters club, you will always have certain challenges that you face. For us, it's always been for the community. It's always been for our community. Like for me, I found out about the supporters club back in 2003, right? And there was Abang Boys family, featured in newspaper, right? And that's how I came to find out about the supporters club. And then, I joined the forum and things take on. I started playing with them in 2005. 2005 I started playing them. And then it just went on from there. I became part of the admin committee in 2010, and it just moved on from there. We just try and build, because I never knew when I started supporting in the mid-90s that there was a Newcastle supporters club. I used to kena disturbed because everybody in my family were either Liverpool, Arsenal, United. These were the three main ones, right? And who is Newcastle? Nobody has, nobody, like everybody's the big four, right? And then when Chelsea became, when what's his name?
The Russian,
Abramovich, when he took over, Chelsea started becoming prominent. So it was always about these clubs. Nobody knew who Newcastle was. And the forum was one way to, talk about the game. And I had a group of people around me. And that's, I think, what we all try and do. Build this community to be even stronger with, new members coming in, stuff like that. So with every, with any supporters group, there's always going to be challenges. I think the main thing is that we saw how it was. We were a part of it since our younger days. And we try and just build on from that.
Yeah. So actually, what's your the iconic or legendary or memorable moment? Tying back to the question.
You first lah. You start first lah. If you have.
I think.
Let him think.
Okay, so for me, and I think all of us here, I think the focus for us is being involved and making an impact in the community that we're in, right? So for me, I think a memorable moment for me would be when I was looking after the football team at that point in time. I can't remember the years now, but I think it was the first 1 or 2 years when we participated in a supporters group football league, and then we won it. That was memorable.
You won it?
Yeah, we won it.
Damn.
Yeah, we won it, and we were. Just putting it out there, we were champions for a few years.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that was memorable for me because, like what Ashwin said, growing up, you're really just, growing up as a Newcastle fan, you're an individual, right? You don't see any of your friends around. Then suddenly you have like-minded fans. You bring them together. You play football. You
and
make a difference. You make a difference.
When you support Newcastle, you play like Newcastle, you know.
Yeah.
Somehow, like I don't know.
Actually, somehow.
That time we got 5 goals, but somehow we score 6.
Oh yeah. So that's exciting, lah.
Yeah, but it's making an impact in the community because bringing all of them together, and then bring them again and say, you know what, we can do it. You know, let's win the league. Like we're all. You guys have your different talents and strengths. Pull together, we can do it, and we did it. So that for me was also a memorable moment for me.
What about you, Arul?
I think adding on to that, we are footballers first. For me, I would say for myself, I'm a football fan first.
Yes.
I watch as many football games as I can.
Same.
So I appreciate such things, right? So when I start to join them, also early 2000s, mid 2000, 2005 or 6, whatever. I see how the fan club has grown exponentially, right? Nowadays, it is about retaining talent. We talk about people wanting to support us, fair, but it's how then we retain them, right? We need to have that cycle of new members who come and to be able to retain these talents. Saying that, I think for me, my biggest achievement for the fan club, organizing the 3-way tournament together with our friends from Thailand and Malaysia. We had a 3-way football tournament. We did it in Bangkok. Bangkok. So I brought a team of 20 odd of us. We went to Bangkok and play football together with Thailand and Malaysia. Toon Army Malaysia.
Huge, man. That's not easy to organize. Countries.
2016, right? 2016, yes, 2016.
Our futsal group really hard to maintain.
Not easy.
We did that. And then the year later, we did the same tournament in KL. And then we also went to Indonesia. Indonesia came to KL also. So in KL, we had a 4-way tournament. We haven't done it here yet because very expensive. It is a fact. Our friends from Thailand, they may find it difficult to come. Our friends from Indonesia. Indonesia is so big, right? You can't expect those from Jakarta or whatever to come here. So logistically, to have such tournaments in Singapore a bit tough. So those for me, very prominent memories that I have. I think as well, being Muslim, you talk about the pub culture, the UK or the English pub culture, watching football. It is also a challenge to get us Muslims to go to the pub, simply just to watch football. I'm not asking you to drink, right? But we can totally understand if you don't feel comfortable. Fair enough, right? I personally do feel that way sometimes as well. So again, we are also always on the lookout to have areas or to have spaces where we can gather as many non-Muslim people to come and watch, because we are different from your Liverpool, Man U or Chelsea. You have 200, 300,000 people who support your team. It's very easy for you to gather 50 people to come and watch a place. It's very different for us. You know, when we see our Facebook group grow, for example, from 1,000 to 10,000, for example, it takes us 7 years. It's different from a Liverpool fan club, right? So to be able to get that numbers and to make them feel comfortable is, I would say, current biggest challenge that we face as a fan club.
I agree. And to answer Terence's question, I think for me, I always look at my achievements within the supporters club as a whole, right? And post-COVID, when everything started to open up, and we wanted to have a match day gathering again. There was some issues that we had in our previous pub that was hosting us, and we just had to find another place. Unfortunately, as much as we all sat down and we thought, why is this happening to us and things like that. But it's like I mentioned, challenges happen with every things happen, right? So it was a good thing to see me and my exco members, get past it, look at the bigger picture. We found a place I went down, sat with the owners, talked to them. They were receptive of the idea, and we just took on. And the first gathering was it the Liverpool game? Was the Liverpool game, April 2022, and that was the first gathering after COVID that we had.
Yeah.
And we filled out the place.
Yeah.
We filled it out, and everybody came down with their kids, came down with their families, and that was very, very heartening. Very, very heartening. And I mean, that's one of the recent achievements that we've actually done in recent times.
Yeah, actually, adding on to what Ashwin has said, right? I don't know whether we have time for this, but we've actually had several incidents like this. So because I mean, we're not like you guys. We've been relegated twice in the last 10 years. In the last 15 years, right? We've been relegated twice, and football nowadays is you get almost every game on the telly. But when we got relegated, you know, there wasn't a championship game every week, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So we don't get to watch the teams every week. So there will be one season where, thankfully, just one season in between where we don't gather.
Yeah.
Because we're in the championship, you cannot guarantee you cannot do a weekly thing, right? So for us to be able to gather again after getting promoted back to the Premier League, and not just gather, like what Ashwin said, after a period of time, we still fill the pubs. Yeah. So right, 2010 we came back from relegation. We had Villa the opening game.
Yeah.
We had a full house at at the pub that we were at, and we had a great day, 6-1 or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Then I think 2016 or 2017 we came back up again.
Right.
We gathered again, and it was a full house again. So it's I think that in that sense is that memorable moment for us. That Newcastle fans, I think after finding each other, we stick together. Our community sticks together.
That's
so I think
that's
I
important.
go back to the word again. Community. It's all about community.
Our community sticks together,
Yeah.
and they come on out, and because that's what we love to do. We love watching, and then if just shouting at the telly, hey referee Kayu, and that's I think one of the main things that we do. It's us doing it together, right? And that's the whole community thing that we've always been. That's what NUFC.SG is about. It's always been, and I think that's these are just one of the things that makes us do what we do.
Look, I've been to their home ground, and I think not just your home ground. You go to any other home ground of supporters club, right? Watching it together, it has a different feel.
Yes.
Rather than watching it alone. You know, when they score the goal, or even if you concede the goal, the emotions really run high.
Right.
And I think that feeling it's unique lah. You cannot get anywhere else lah. Even if you can't go there yourself at St. James Park or at Emirates, right, this is one of the closest thing. When everybody love football, like you say, football fans gather together, right? That energy, you will definitely love it.
We try to emulate that. We try to emulate the atmosphere in the stadium itself.
They sing, you know.
Yeah, we actually,
Arsenal Supporters Club also we
Also,
sang.
we sang,
we sing
in
also
and
before and in between the games and all that.
Yeah, it's all
atmosphere.
part of building the
It's all
atmosphere
part
in
of
the
it.
game,
Yeah.
and that's what we try and do.
Correct.
For any Newcastle fan that is not aware, where do you guys gather these days?
We get in Partners in Crime at present. We get it at Partners in Crime. It's along River Valley Road. Very noticeable. We've got a big flag hanging, so when you walk past, you'll be able to see. The other noticeable thing is that the walls outside of the place has black and white stripes. So it's from the corner of Zion Road and River Valley Road, you'll be actually able to see the place. Right. So get it at Partners in Crime. You can find us. Just type in your browser NUFC.SG, and the information is available there. It'll be linked to our Facebook group, our Facebook page, our Instagram page. Just come on, look. When we have a match day gathering, we will launch our EDM, our poster up. So you can just follow the details and just pop by. We welcome anybody. Just come in your Toon Talk, and we're all fine. So just even if you don't have one at this point, you want to start following Newcastle. Just pop on by.
Shout out.
Just try it lah. Try, and then you follow their social media platform, and then of course they will post up all these match gatherings as well as future activities and all that. So you just have them on your social
One
media
warning,
feed lah.
it's addictive.
Quite
Addictive.
When you
quite-
watch
Yeah.
with fellow fans, it's addictive.
quite
I absolutely agree with that.